Okay, next up we got yet another ensemble thriller, and I was a little scared going into this one. This one's called State of Play, and the reason I was scared is because most films of this genre have been quite bad in recent memory, most notably last year's Body of Lies. And ironically, like Body of Lies, this movie entitled State of Play stars Russell Crowe, who is alongside Rachel McAdams, Ben Affleck, and Helen Mirren. And wait, there's more. We also got Robin Wright-Penn, Jason Bateman, who seems to be doing a lot of these movies, and Jeff Daniels. Now, with a cast this talented, you're thinking, how can this possibly fail? Easy. Bad script, bad plot, poor direction. Now hold on though. Don't jump the gun on me. Thankfully, I can happily say this movie had none of that. This is a very smart, slick, and well thought out film that really presses hard on the genre known as the political thriller. Russell Crowe, in his best performance in quite some time, plays an investigative reporter for the Washington Globe by the name of Cal McCaffrey. He's well known in the political biosphere that is Washington, D.C., and is really into his work, so much so that he has no time for a shower, or at least that's how he looks. Now, some of you movie buffs out there might be thinking this reeks of the 1976 classic All the President's Men, starring Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford as the two reporters who uncovered Watergate. Well, instead of two experienced reporters like in that film, Crowe's sidekick here is a very young, very inexperienced, very modern, over-anxious internet blogger, and she is played by the wonderful Rachel McAdams. Now, the way these two personalities clash could have been made into a slapstick comedy like that reprehensible I Love Trouble starring Nick Nolte and Julia Roberts some time ago. I can't believe I actually remember that film. And it's not always a fight either. The basis of the film truly begins with when three people are killed in coincidental, quick fashion, and things seem to be connected, if you will. Now, one of the people that was killed was having an affair with a politician named Stephen Collins, played by Ben Affleck, who seems to be continuing his role, continuing to be on a roll, so to speak, of choosing roles that are well suited for him. I also liked Robin Wright-Penn in her role as the wife, as she's putting on the brave, oh, let's stick together politician's family face like Hillary Clinton did. The film does what it's supposed to do, and that's give us some twists and turns that can fool us and keep us guessing. However, there are some films where even twists and turns can be looked at as, what the heck was that? That is ridiculous and beyond stupid, which also hurts many of these type of movies at many times. Thankfully, the twists here are effective and keeps you guessing, as well as putting things in the back of your head that you'll remember, like, oh yeah, a company by the name of Point Corp seems to be connected somehow to these incidents, and is also involved in what may be a questionable alliances with those in the political ring of Washington. Now, many remember, for those of you who remember All the President's Men, or have seen it, Jason Robards and Jack Warden were important in their roles in that film, and they're very vital, and that's no different here, as those two were great actors. We have another brilliant, outstanding actress here, the legendary Helen Mirren in that role as the editor of the Post. And she's doing here what she does best, and that's giving her role everything she possibly can, as she is very vital to this film, because this movie is also trying to show us how the role of the newspaper is being overtaken by the realm of online reporting, and that the owners of the Post are on her back to do the type of modern reporting that the public seems to want. Gossip, inside dirt. I mean, who cares about good writing, right? And her reluctance and values to what she does are really well thought out here. The smarts of a thriller and drama, as well as the state of the business of news news telling, if you will, and investigative reporting are all here. It's not quite as great as All the President's Men, and while the movie borrows some aspects from that movie, it's a completely different movie in its style. But one thing remains the same: the truth is still hard to get to. Now, the movie was directed by Kevin MacDonald, who directed my favorite film of 2006, The Last King of Scotland, and much like that movie, it's very well pieced together, and the actors just hit the right notes without going overboard. Russell Crowe delivered here, and I hope he keeps that with his next projects coming up. Rachel McAdams was in a part that she could have easily overdone, but she hits it right out of the park here. Mirren is Mirren, which equals great. Like I've very, even in a bad movie, I've never seen her perform bad. Like one comes to mind is Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Terrible film, but just worth it for her performance. And Affleck continues to gain some more credibility, and this movie was just one heck of a political thriller, probably the best in years. So 3.5 stars out of 5 for State of Play.